think you are.
Okay, am I live? Am I live? I'm waiting to see. All right, I think I'm live. Okay. Huddle, 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 save, 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 build a, build a, build a, sound money. All right, this is Ugly Old Goat, and this is a one-to-one public Ask Me Anything. We're going to do we're having a special, again, this is, you know what, I'm going to extend it to the end of the month because I don't like the uncertainty. So you guys can listen to me. You can ask me questions now. I'm going to just kind of outline what I'm all about. First of all, let me, you know what? I don't need to be Indiana Jones. I need to get on my working man hat. And you know what? That isn't the original, though. I got this, and I better put on another hat. Yeah. Let's see. There we go. I think that'll do it. All right. So, am I got this? Yeah. Okay. What I teach is real simple, guys. We huddle, 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 huddle. Okay. If you're not familiar with my work at all, just go to our kind of, what do you call it? Headline article, how you can have the same results as a professional trader and avoid the inherent risk. It's real simple, guys. You dollar cost average. You just buy Bitcoin. You buy it yesterday. You buy it today, and you buy it tomorrow, and you put yourself on the Bitcoin standard. And that's what it's all about. Okay. If you don't have a hodl, you know what? You can watch this video. It's free. You can ask me anything, but it's not going to cost you a thing. And I don't recommend that you subscribe to me or anyone else until you have a hodl. You need to make yourself independent from everything else that's going on out there. That's why you hodl, okay? It's like it's really old-fashioned, but just with a new asset. And then after that, when you hodl, you're going to find out, wow, I'm ahead. And so because you've hodled, you're savvy. You're a savvy person. And so you want to reward yourself. It might be so little as just upgrading your laptop. You know, it might be you have somebody like the goat lady that wants a new truck. She always wants a new truck. She likes big, powerful trucks. And then the last thing you do is you build it. And you can do all these three at once, but build. Hey, are you working for somebody? You have a job? Well, that's building. That's what you're doing. Just be the very best at that job and do it well. Be the very best in your company. Be the very best at whatever you do. That's building. And you don't have to be a Bitcoin developer. You don't have to be a Bitcoin groupie. In fact, I think it's kind of can work against you because you kind of get ingrown and you're not out there with what all the rest of the world is doing. So what you want to do is, I don't know what your profession is. I don't know, you might be working at Burger King, but it doesn't keep you from hodling. And you just start doing it. That's all I can say. And then we're going to be transitioning to a sound money standard one way or another. Now, hopefully we don't collapse the whole world economy doing it. I think that Bitcoin actually offers the solution and a relatively speaking, soft landing. So that's where I want to put you guys first of all, just start hodling. Now, after that, once you have your hodl, then you probably need to learn how to handle that hodl. And you know what? If you just hodl, and you don't save, which is just savvy hodling, and you don't build then you really don't have anything at all, do you? Because, well, I've seen people that hodl, and they were hodling from, I think I bought my first Bitcoin at under $100, but I know people that bought it under 10, under 5, and yet their personal wealth does not reflect what they should have because they really never learned to hodl. And it's not an easy thing to do. So that you need to learn hodl, and that's what I teach. Once you have that hodl, then you can learn to manage it and do other things, and you can learn to trade. And the whole key to successful trading is to manage that risk. And that's why my emphasis is not on fundamentals, although I do teach fundamentals, and fundamentals are extremely important. And it's certainly not TA or technical analysis, which that's also important, but it comes from a very distant third from money management and fundamentals. And it's very subjective. You can pick your own technical skills that you can kind of pick the ones that suit your own personality. But what I'm here for is to kind of show you what I do, introduce myself. I'm here if you want to ask me questions. I'll get on for a little. This is kind of, I guess, on television, they used to have these kind of telethon. So I guess this is my telethon weekend or next few days. I'll be promoting the 50% off, which means normally if you want to subscribe and get my services, I charge 1/10 of a Bitcoin, which wasn't so much when Bitcoin was $3,000 or $4,000, $3,500. But now that it's $18,000, it costs a lot more. And we started this thing, what is it, about a year ago, last February, I think I started the website, and it's kind of evolved. And we started with a charter membership, and we got, I don't know, a few hundred people that subscribed. And I think he even had a half price sale there for a little while, and they got a lifetime membership. My life, not yours. But that's not a viable. It was great for launching. It was a great way for, I mean, I risked at the time 10 Bitcoin to get this thing off the ground. That's limited, limiting one's risk. And it has sustained itself. Of course, my trading has also sustains me, and I have other business enterprises. So, but this is a teaching. I do this because I absolutely love it, and it's kind of my calling. And it's not because I have to do it or that my livelihood is dependent upon it. Although, I'm not a charity, and I've spent a fortune, developing this. We have a constant overhead. We have more and more people doing things here. Slowly, the quality of our material is going up. We just did a video with Victor Villacania, who developed the equity app. That's a great video. And it starts out really bad because we had all kinds of technical problems, but people that have followed me realize we are getting a little bit better at some of the things that we do. And hopefully that's the progress that we're going to continue to make. So I wanted to outline what we're doing now, what this promotion is. It may or may not be for you. Again, if you're watching this and you don't have a HODL, the subscription's really, you're not ready for it. You don't need it. The most important thing to do is put Bitcoin into your life, start dollar cost averaging. And you want, the goal is, if you have substantial assets, you want to have, I recommend a minimum of 5% and really 15% of your assets in Bitcoin. I think you want to, if you're in traditional legacy investments, if you have all your equity in your home and your retirement account, I think you're very vulnerable to big problems and liquidity squeezes in the weeks, months, and years, and perhaps decades ahead. So you want to get liquid, and Bitcoin provides you that liquidity. So that said, once you get your HODL, then we are all learning just how do we deal with this. And one of the hardest things, and then I should also mention, if you're going to HODL, you want to HODL Bitcoin. Forget about all this other crap. I've written about it other places. Guys, if you want, you visit, go to Medium and check out all my writings there, or you can go to the website. Most of them have been put on the website. That's all free to everybody, okay? You don't have to pay a thing for it. Get on board and enjoy. Some of it is maybe a little far out there, That's okay. I'm an ugly old goat. I can get by with things that other people can't get by with. You got to put up with that. That comes with the package. But what I do is you know, I think the track record speaks for itself. I stuck myself out on a limb. I said, you know what? I know what I'm doing. I'll do this publicly and be accountable and publish all of my trades in real live time. I started doing it first on Medium, and then we switched and built a website, and I actually would send out a newsletter and add my CSV file. And at the same time that we developed the website, I met Victor Villacana, and I said, you know what, we need to apply the sequential trading ideas to personal equity. So we want to chart not what the market is doing, because that's outside of us. We need to chart what we are doing. And so it's basically the same concept of measuring a market, but you're actually measuring yourself. And that's very, very important because what you'll find is that if you've been trading and you have these very wide equity swings, it's because you haven't managed your account properly. So that's what I teach. The emphasis is money management. So I will also go into a little bit of my position and the charts today, but you got to humor what's going on.
Check the Zoom down here.
Oh, this?
No, the one next to it. Here,
Okay.
share,
Okay, share screen.
and
Oh, there we go.
share.
All right. So here we go, guys. This is what we're looking at. And this is the current account. Again, I don't trade. This is for the goat lady. Oh, you know what? I'm an old man, and sometimes I have to get up occasionally. So I'm going to disappear for a minute here and be right back. How do I silence this thing or mute it? If I want to mute.
There you go.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, and here's the, now I'm going to just want to describe to you guys what you get if you do decide to subscribe. Uh, again, I started out with a newsletter and would send the CSV file, and then I started getting, Juan Galt came and assisted me. You know, you ought to try a Telegram group. So I did that, and I actually now find that I prefer it. So I actually, I actually print all my trades regularly as I'm doing them on the Telegram group. So this is what they get. They get, in fact, you know what? If I go to Telegram group now, with that screen share or not? I can.
Still on screen share.
Yeah. So if let me see if this works. If I go here, are they seeing this now?
No, you have to stop the share.
Okay, I guess I'm going to have to stop the share and then go. So I'll show you the Telegram group in a little bit so you guys can see that too, because I want you to see what you get. Again, guys, if you don't have a HODL, this isn't for you. Get your HODL, read all my stuff. One of the problems that we have is when we have somebody new, it takes them a while to get up to speed. They kind of ask the same questions, and a lot of the students that I have now are way beyond that, and they're kind of at the next level, and you're going to be seeing more and more testimonies from them. you know, of how things have changed for them since they changed their emphasis and got rid of their stinking thinking and got the correct thinking underway. But here's what you get. Shows my current position. Now I've had a much larger position on. I was very fortunate. If you go look at the trading, the equity app, it reflects my equity, and you can see how it was slowly. It had downturns and it had sideways and had upturns, but for the most part, it went up, and the downside was very limited. And that's the mistake that most traders make, is they can't, they don't comprehend how to be a small trader and become a large trader. One of the phrases that I use, if you read my work, is I say, you know, a lot of large traders become small traders again. A lot of people don't believe that and don't understand it. They think the whales run the markets. They don't. They don't run it. Some of the whales get blown out big time. And we've witnessed that in the past. We're going to witness it in the future. So a lot of small traders become large traders. And a lot of you guys, I know a lot of people that small traders that became large traders, and then they became small traders again because they got completely ruined. But the wise large trader chooses to be a small trader again. Do you understand the difference? You don't want to get wrecked. Okay, you don't want to get, and you're going to get wrecked sometimes, but you don't want to get ruined. And that's what you're preventing against. So it's okay to get wrecked. It's not okay to get ruined. And if you've allowed yourself to be ruined, it's because you've violated the first 4 rules of trading. And of course, everybody knows, if you've read my articles, what those 4 rules are. The first rule of successful trading is money management. Okay. And then the second rule of successful trading is money management. I'm sure y'all can guess what the third secret to successful trading is. And that's money management. And I know everybody gets it. It's down pat. You understand it. No problem with it. And so you're ready to go on and learn that 4th magic secret to success, right? Yeah, well, it's 4th secret is money management. It's so fundamental and yet so ignored that you have to grab hold of it and you have to make it part of your DNA. That's the secret to success. And then you put that into your own way of thinking and views. Now, I come from the school of sound money. So fundamentally, I believe Bitcoin and Bitcoin alone is sound money. It's the only true innovation. The rest are all wannabes. And then so that's why we dollar cost average. That's why we hodl. The very, very last thing that we do is the technical analysis, which is really tactics. The first 2 are strategy, and the last one is tactics, but it's the least important. And in fact, you don't even need to know it to win wars, which was evident through the Vietnam War, where the greatest superpower in the world won every battle and lost the war. And that was strategic, not tactical. So you need to have a strategic outlook. And that's what this is about. One of the articles that I wrote was on Social Security. And I do recommend, in fact, I'm going to get out of this for a minute. We're going to go into, this is one of the things that you're going to get. You're going to get, this is flashed constantly to my followers. We just played a game of shuffleboard. I just took 10 Bitcoin off the market. I started incidentally this year with 0.6 Bitcoin. And so far I've taken off 46 Bitcoin. And I am trading with another 4. And actually, give or take 2, somewhere along the line, I've had a because BitMEX doesn't allow U.S. citizens to trade, I can't trade there, but my wife does, and she's Mexican and has no citizenship or resident. She can trade. And so, guys, if you're a U.S. citizen and you can't trade on BitMEX, don't blame BitMEX. Blame your own government. You need to go to get your Congress, change the laws. You got all these. You know, you want to rule the world. The world's gonna rule you. So it's a very actually your strength is from not trying to rule the world. So let's go back and look. I'm going to see, where do I exit, stop, share?
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the Telegram group so you can see what else you're going to get. I go, now what? It's just me. Share.
There it is at the bottom.
Okay. Boom.
Share.
Share. All right. I'm getting better at this. Okay, guys, here is what you get with the Telegram group. This is what's going on constantly. This is the article I was talking about. If I go here, well, it's, okay, I see it. Okay, let's see if I hit this thing, what happens. Does it come up? No, I'm still on the old, okay.
Yeah,
So,
I think you have to choose the link.
okay, so I'm back. I need to go back to here.
Okay,
that's where I'm at. Okay. All right. This is a really great article. Just go to Medium and look it up. How I became a Bitcoin millionaire with my Social Security benefits. And here's some of the, I have little diatribes. I used to write newsletters, but now I'm doing it live. This is what you get. And people contribute to it all the time. I also, I'm going to go to my, I hope I'm not documenting anything. We also have another group that's called Ugly Old Goat Only, because we only ugly. This is only the stuff that I write, because sometimes people think, you know what, it's hard to, the Telegram group is really good because everybody is really cooperated and we're not spamming a lot. We don't go into TA. We just try and focus on money management. But we also created a troll box. So if you want to go and just, let's see, ugly troll box, I think is what it's going. There it is. And I don't even visit this. I have occasionally stepped on it by mistake, but these guys are trolling there. You know, everybody you can put your own, whatever you want on there. It's the troll box. So we try and keep it very focused. And I try and keep you, posted on everything that I'm doing. I don't recommend that you follow me. In fact, you won't be successful if you try, because you'll try and outplay me. And but here we are. You can see, yeah, anybody, there's Zazo on there. Zazo was a contributor at the Working Man's Bitcoin Cruise. And he was specifically invited because he blew out his hodl. And you know what? It's really hard. He's not alone. A lot of people have done it. You know what? But you got to meet that baby. You got to meet that old devil head to head, because you're not going to beat it until you do. And he was very good at doing that. So this is what you get. I'm going to get out of this now, because boom, and that's what you get. So you get. You're going to get my track record. Now, incidentally, you get the track record on CSV files. So you can download it, do whatever you want with it. We do, as a member, you are required not to share it. You agree not to, because that is exclusive. All of my materials out there, except the Telegram group, except for my actual trades. And you have to become a supporter in some way, a membership, in order to get that. And what we're offering as a premium right now is also the equity app. So I'm going to do screen share again. Let's see do I have the equity app up? I don't. Oh, I'm going to probably, let me go see.
No, I think it was there.
Is it there? Let's go find it. I don't see it there. I'm going to have to load it up. It shouldn't take long. No. All right. Well, let me load it. I think I've got it here somewhere. Boom. Equity app. I'm not screen sharing. No. Okay. I think. So let me see if I can load. No, I'm not sure that this is an old version, though. I don't think this is up to date, but it's be up to date good enough to demonstrate. All right. Open. Come on, baby. Takes a little bit time to look. Oh, it's not, it says it's not responding. I think I'm on the wrong computer, guys, but we'll try it again. Let's try this again. Should have had this ready. See, one thing you'll find out too is I'm not the most organized. This is all live. You get stuff as it's happening. And let's see. Boom. Open. Oh, there it is. I take that back. I just didn't put in my password. Okay.
Close the other one.
Okay.
Try it now.
No, that's the problem. I'm so technically unskilled. It's unbelievable. All right, let's try this again. That's why I have to have all these people around me watching an old man. Let's see. I ain't like a tone vase. He does everything. He's an incredible man. I love the guy. He's really one of you guys is. Oh, incidentally, I do want to recommend Tone has a Black Friday sale going on too. You want to get some really good lessons on TA or money management, go to his website and go, if you want to take some lessons that are.
Try the BS.
Not that one?
Yeah.
So you go to his website. I also recommend, there we go. I think I'm going to get this eventually. Also go to TradingView. TradingView, if you're not a subscriber, is very useful, very inexpensive, a great value. One moment. It's a great value. And they are having a 60 or 50% off sale too. I renew every time this year because I renew it. Again, it's incredible what is offered out there right now. I'm not very good at TradingView. I just use it for basic charts, and I have I purchased Tone Vase sequential indicator. He calls it something else now. Oh, there it is. So I can share this now.
Go down here to your image.
I know, but let me go down to do a different time frame. Let me do day. There we go. Or let's do, I don't think I can do we. Okay. Let me go up here. It
Make it big.
is, oh, make this big?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Share.
Screen share.
Right. There.
This one or either one?
That one. Yeah, that one.
Okay. All right. So here's another thing that you get. This is the equity app. Again, we have a pinned tweet, a pinned interview I did with Victor, who it's a story in itself how this thing developed. This is simply tracks my equity. We actually posted, we compiled all the accounts because BITMEX is, I'm a U.S. citizen. They closed my accounts. We had to actually string together 3 different accounts over time. And this is a reflection of this account now has been active since a year ago in November. I think I have, I don't know if this is the latest one or not. Here's the week. Let's see what I do. There's the weekly. You can see my weekly equity. But the thing is, if you notice on this thing, you notice that the downturns are limited. And the most important thing is I'll go into, I consider them down, down spins, downturns. But actually, if you look at the long run, there's some sideways actions. If you notice this year, I actually started with, now this was back in November. And then at the first of the year, I started with 0.6 Bitcoin. And you can see I was also victimized by the black, I call it green Thursday, or whenever that sell-off was, that we went down and we went to a big backwardization. But I was able to pick up with just 40,000 Bitcoin, but at that price, that's quite a bit, was about 10 Bitcoin at the time. And since the beginning, actually, I went negative a little bit from the first of the year to that time. And then ever since then, we've taken that 0.6 and we've taken 46 off the exchange. And trading with another 4. So this is a reflection of what the equity app does. You can load my trading history in there and do all kinds of analysis, but the most important thing is you load your trading history in there and you can analyze yourself. We actually put the sequential in there, and so you can kind of give yourself a big warning when it might be a wise time to cut back on trading. Let's see if I can do different time frames. That's the 1 week. Here's the 1 day. Again, this just goes back a year because the goat lady has traded uninterruptedly with this account for a year because she's all KYC'd and everything else. So here we are. This is okay. This is the daily. And so you see how that worked. And then you can go back, and you can see from August, you can see what happened. I actually was in a downturn. These were, tremendous. And people remember this. I was frustrated. I just got out of the market and stepped back in small. But you have to work a market, guys. You got to work this thing. So I only had I started with a Bitcoin and I lost half of it again. And then from then on, I built it up to taking out. I don't know what I've taken out since then, another 10, another 15. I don't know. Like I say, it's there. You can guys do the analysis if you want. I don't need to relive history. So here's the 4 hours. Go look at that one. Boom. All right, there's the 4 hour. You can see how my equity is doing. Now I took myself out of the market. I had a substantial position during this rise, and then I wanted to limit my exposure. So now I'm trading in a much smaller way. That's the 4 hour, and then we're going to go do the 1 hour. Let's go look at that. So this is more my recent trading, and you see I'm not doing much in here, and I outline the reasons why. I think that this is a risky time to be. I mean, I'm not there's different, everybody trades different. You might be a swing trader and you're real comfortable in these kind of markets. I'm not. And so my trading has been reduced substantially. So, we'll see where it goes. And plus I have a lot of, other coals on the fire right now. So I'm going to get out of this. You've seen, that's what you get. You get the equity app. You can load up my trading record. You can load up your own. You can share on the trading group. People you don't have to, but if you want to, you can actually share your own results, with the group. As I'm sharing, my actual real trading results. And I have expanded a little bit. For the first time, I did recommend this last summer. I came up with a brilliant trade. We called it the seasonal fundamental gold trade, which normally you buy gold in August and then you can sell it in October, November period. It didn't work. And I took a loss on that one. And unfortunately, if you try and follow me, you're gonna pick the wrong ones to follow. You can't follow somebody. You need to learn to trade yourself. And so that's what I'm here. That's what this is all about. So let me exit this, stop share. And what else did I want to share now? All right, you get the Telegram group, you get the equity app, and anybody else out there want to say, what else should I share with them, guys? Yes, I got this upside in mind. Okay. All right. So, like I say, it's rather informal and off the cuff. Let me put this all down. Let me go back into, boom, boom. Let's go back into it. All right. So I can go look at the markets a little bit, although.
You have to share first.
Oh, okay. All right, let me. Here?
There it is, yeah.
Okay. I can go to share screen.
And
Which one? This
there it
one?
is. Share.
Now what? Oh, okay.
There you
All right. And I don't like this one. This is, if we're going to look at Bitcoin, we're going to look at, yeah, Bitstamp. That's it. Is that Bitstamp? Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Let's go to the weekly. Needless to say, we're in a big trend, uptrend. Again, I'm not that good at trading, although I did happen to buy this little dip here in March at below 39 and been basically more or less long, a little bit short up in here. And then I sold out of everything way too early. Always leave a little bit on the table for the next guy. About the highest I sold it was in here. I didn't get any of this up here. I think, you know, I didn't, I think I sold a little bit up there, but, and I was selling on the cash market here. But now, you know, this has been a pretty nice run. And I wanted to take money off the table. And so it's off the table. And, you know, after this week, look what's going to happen. Our 2-week high is moving way up there. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to reverse and go. I mean, 2-week low doesn't mean we're going to go back there. We can continue on up. So this whole thing is centered around elections and the shitcoin market. And I'm not comfortable anymore having a large position. And so I trade accordingly and I reduced it. So if I'm absolutely wrong in the market, I'm not going to get hurt. If we continue up, that's great. You know, I added to my hodl. Again, we hodl, okay, and then we save. I'm buying my Christmas for people now, and then we build it. And by building, I don't mean you have to build on Bitcoin, guys. I've said all along that there's two kind of entrepreneurs in this world. There's entrepreneurs with Bitcoin and those without Bitcoin. And the next major wave, which I don't know if we're in the beginning of it yet or not, or whether this is a top and we're going to just sell off for a few months or a year, but it is going to be sustained by new entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs, established entrepreneurs that don't have Bitcoin and begin to see the value of it. And it's going to be necessary for survival. So that's where I think it's at. And I would encourage you, no matter what your vocation is in life, to put yourself on the Bitcoin standard. So,
You have a question,
okay. I don't know. That's a good question. When I do trade, I'm focused on it entirely. And when I leave, I'm kind of weird is that I don't, you know, I don't sleep 8 hours a day like most people do. So I sleep, my normal sleep is, you know, 3 or 4 hours at a time, and maybe and nap. I guess I just get old. You don't sleep as much and you nap more. You know, I don't spend that much time on it. I'm spending my time doing a lot of other things. I got my, what is that? I got a lot of different things going on. So besides trading, so I don't know that I can answer that question. I guess it just means it depends. There's sometimes when you want to be really active and other times you don't have to be. When you're in a quiet market, for example, let's see if I can, okay, I can look it up. Okay, when you're down here, okay, here, this was a quiet, okay, here was I get excited during quiet markets, okay? That excites me. I rode this up very well and sold out, and I was actually in this year, I was in the top 10 of BITMEX notational. And then for the next 3 months during this choppiness, I didn't lose, but I wasn't making anything. And it was just driving me crazy because it was a very volatile market and my equity swings were too low. I mean, I wound up, I just was breaking even, but it wasn't worth the headache of trading in that kind of market for me. Now, some people love that kind of trading. The swing traders were doing really well in here. I wasn't. And I didn't do well. I actually stopped in here and just got tired of it back here. I think it was in April, right in here. I said, you know, I think I blew out down in here or something. But I started writing in Medium, right about in here. And then we went into this real quiet market. And this is when Tone's a very good analyst. And he said, hey, we're going down. We're going to break through this thing. And we kept testing this area down in here. And every time it went down there, I Tone, it's not going to go down. The backwardization says it's going up. And it did, and it did. But it never really broke until right in here, we started to, and the backwardization didn't show up. I said, do not buy this dip. And actually it was when the Bitcoin Cash, I don't know, did something, a split or something. Yeah. And I sold Bitcoin Cash in here, and then I sold Bitcoin. And my whole year I broke even. I only had I was only trading 2 Bitcoin, but I caught this, sold it, went short. And this was back, even tracking on Medium. I think I sold it in October of 2018. And I turned 2 Bitcoin into 22 Bitcoin. Now, this market in here, I was real excited about. In fact, we're at unconfiscatable, and I was the only one, because of backwardization, not everybody was bearish. We're going to go under 3,000. I said, no, we're not going to go under 3,000. Backwardization saying we're going. And I get excited in these quiet markets, and rode this market up, caught it, actually sold into that first rally because that's what I do, is I sell rallies. And then they had this big one that wiped out a lot of people. And I actually trimmed here, but held on to most of my position. And I think through this period in 2019, we started in February and we took out 32 Bitcoin and then started over again at the beginning of this year. And again, it was just 0.6. And I actually had to add a little bit. I think I had to add another 0.6 down in here or something, but then we rode this one up. But I get excited in these quiet markets. I get excited here at this quiet market. Then when it gets to be really volatile like this, I don't like to have a big position on, guys. I don't like those big equity swings. So that's what I kind of try and teach. To me, this is a much risk. This was not a risky market. This is a very risky market. So again, I hope that helps. Okay, I'll get to pause it again because it's time for me. I have an old man's break. So, I can just step away. So you guys can look at that. We can go back and check see what we're doing in the marketplace. I am not looking for this rally to go too far, but I'll be right back.
It's coffee.
Yeah, my whole point is if I can do this, you guys can too. And so one thing that I was looking at, let's see if it's still up here. I was looking very much at, I think it was on a different computer, Bitcoin dominance. And I just, we can go, I'll put that up on TradingView. Let's see. Am I still screen sharing? Yeah. Let me do, but I thought I had it on here. This TradingView now. there's trading you guys. If you want to get on, let's go Bitcoin dominance. I don't know how to, I always have to do it this way, Bitcoin. Trading you. All right. I do think that Bitcoin dominance is going to resurrect its head. If you go and look at your long term, we'll start at the longest term because that's what I'm looking at. Look, guys, on the monthly, you're just starting this. We had a monthly 9. Okay, we went down here and we're starting our way up. So, I mean, everything favors that these shitcoins are getting ready to just fall out of bed, collapse. But you know, the problem is a lot of them are tied to, particularly in terms of Bitcoin. In terms of dollars, it's much harder to measure. But that's the monthly. Let's go look at the weekly. Look, boom. That was another reason, you know, to kind of get out. But you've got the correction you need, and this thing should resume its uptrend. I mean, Bitcoin's going to dominate. That's the fundamentals. I might be wrong, you know, and if I am, I'm going to limit my losses. Daily, let's go look at daily. Boom. Again, you got a 9, you got a nice little sell-off here, 6, 7, 8. This is almost a 9 here. This is all the sell-off we needed. We actually, look, we went down here and spiked right down there. And so, you know, I'm not... I'm bullish Bitcoin. I'm not bullish any of the shitcoins, guys. I'm bearish all the shitcoins. So how you play that is up to you. But here's another thing. I like this formation that you got a 9 and then a red 1, 2, 3, which I like that. You get a 9 and then a 3. I like, you know, wait 3 time frames and go from there. But everybody has your own way of looking at things. Don't look at the way I look at things. I mean, if you're a shitcoiner, you think this is, you know, going to keep going down the way it's going right now. Look at this thing. What's contra seasonal right now? So the shit coins are going up, and they're going up a little bit faster than the Bitcoin. And I don't think that's going to hold out. I think these things are getting ready to. One of the analogies that I make is, let's see if we can look at Ethereum. We'll go to. Let's do, I gotta do a long, here's Ethereum. Let's go look at long-term Ethereum. I think BITMEX pretty well has long-term Ethereum USD. Boom. I gotta get my picture up here. Okay, guys, look at this. And look at this Ethereum. Look what it did, okay? Now, my view is that Ethereum is, you see, I mean, this was uncalled for, and this was extremely uncalled for. We're not anywhere. Notice how we're at near all-time highs on Bitcoin, and we're not even close on Ethereum. Okay. Notice how we had this 1, 2, 3. We had this kind of 1, 2, 3. If you want to know the truth, I think Ethereum is going to go all the way back down to here, you know, make new lows. This is going, we're going to take this out. And when it happens very quickly and all at once. And it could happen literally overnight. And, you know, all these shit coins, most of them are based on this Ethereum. Ethereum is a, you know, it's a disaster waiting to happen. And if you can't see that, I really can't help you. I might be wrong, but, you know, I traded accordingly. And, people say, well, you know, they call it the widow maker, but I've done very well trading Ethereum, both from the long side and the short side. I used to play it from the long side. In fact, once I studied the fundamentals, I sold it all way too early up in here. Some I missed. In fact, I think you know, I could have made a fortune in Ethereum and didn't, because I recognize fundamentals. And I made a fortune in Ethereum, but not from the long side. I regularly sell it. And right now in BITMEX, you can actually, you know, earn a premium selling these shit coins. And so that's what I do, which incidentally, if you go through and listen to the video that we did with Victor, one of the things we learned from the equity app is I make 10% of all of my profits come from making a market and from collecting funding. It's like, guys, it's like being a house, because that's the edge you should have. If you're using market orders or stop orders to enter, you're making a big mistake. You just need to learn patience. And okay, no, I can't do the overlay. I'm not that sophisticated. Donnie Renfield, thanks for your comment, but I'm the least. I'm very crude and not very savvy at this stuff. I'm going to teach you stuff. You don't need all this stuff that you think you need to be a success. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that stuff. Okay, nothing wrong with it, and I get it. Trading view is absolutely an amazing thing. I used to do all of this charting by hand. So now I cheated a little bit because they had a service called commodity price charts, and I would get them sent to me every week in the mail. First thing Monday morning, I'd have them before the markets open. And then they would also send me monthly and weeklies, and I would pour over those monthly and weekly charts. But you can do all that now, online digitally. And so the tools at your disposal now are just far greater than anything I've ever had. But it doesn't mean having all those tools at your disposal has nothing to do with being a good trader. And hopefully I'm a living example of that. I don't have a gold position, Choco Elvis. I take my losses. I lost, I risked, I thought it was a good enough trade. I put a pretty big risk on it. Initially I risked 8 Bitcoin. I think I lost 4.5 before I got out. That's the only other trade I've done besides trading on BitMEX, and it was a loser. But have I changed? No, I think that fundamentally the gold price, the next seasonal is coming up during the holidays. I would say probably the December, January period right in here is probably, I think you could have a pretty sharp dip from here yet. Gold does tend to have a V bottom, or at least it used to. I haven't actively traded. I mean, I have a little bit of physical gold. I do recommend that you own physical gold. I think gold is still viable, particularly for nation states. Just as gold has a physical limits, so do national borders. And so gold and silver are still going to be useful as money. And you're silly not to have some in case the other parts of the jurisdiction where you're at doesn't work. There's nothing wrong with having gold and silver coinage. There's nothing wrong with having old silver coins and maybe the American eagle if you live in the United States. There's nothing wrong with having, some old some silver bars or silver in Mexico, or some old Mexican gold coins. In fact, Mexico gold coins are some of the most beautiful in the world. So their artistry is far better than I think even United States coins. So hey guys, you got to lose or you take your loss. So I'm not infallible by any sense of the imagination, as all my followers know. So okay, all right. So but as far as the gold trade, I'm excited. I like gold. I just don't like it yet. The timing is everything. And there was a move there in August that obviously did not work. And now I think everybody probably jumped on board this for the same reasons I did. And I guarantee you, when you have a lot of company, it might feel good while it's there, but in the end, you get reamed pretty bad along with everybody else. So if you can learn to have a comfort zone without the crowd, you're way ahead of the game. And you have to be able to take that loss, guys. You just have to be able to take it. If you can't, you're not going to be a good trader. There's no matter how good you think the fundamentals and the technical is. Without money management, it can destroy you. And that's what happens in these markets time and time again. And look, we can go look at some of these. This is kind of interesting. Let's go look at some of these shit coins. It's one of my, yeah, this is one of my favorites, the XRP. Now, guys, this is shitcoin XRP. I don't know what you guys see in this, but every time I see a rally like this, it spikes and it's going to go a lot lower. And you just need to wake up to that fact. So are we going to go higher? Well, maybe. I don't think so. I think we probably topped it out. And we can go look at some others, but let's do, I actually like Monero because I think it's a predictor of things to come. I think that Monero actually led the way up and now it's leading the way down. Notice Monero has literally collapsed and is headed for all-time lows. And if you sold this rally, you made out, which I did. I found out I had a little bit of, not much. I had a little bit. I think I sold it for, I don't know, a tenth of a Bitcoin or so. I didn't sell it for much, and it was at a net loss. I just don't remember, but I did sell out whatever I had on this rally. And now look at it, and it's going to go a lot lower. And when this was happening, I said, this is what's in store for the other shit coins. They're shit, guys. And I, if you don't get it, I can't spend time. Go read my articles, go listen to Tone and Jimmy's song. They outline it for you. And either you believe it or you don't. If you want to, if you want to own your shit coins, that's fine. Just don't. And if you want to trade them, I have no problem with that. Just what I object to is when people say it's better than Bitcoin, or that it's a new innovation, and it's not. Bitcoin is the innovation. And when you understand that, then you realize that these other things are just, they're adding bells and whistles, and there's nothing innovative at all to them. So the innovation is Bitcoin, which is the longest chain with proof of work, unconfiscatable. All right, so that's it. I think I'm done. Guys, if you want to subscribe, it's 50% off. I'm going to offer it through the end of the month. If you sign up through an existing member, you can get another 15% off. So basically, I don't know what that all comes down to, but it's less than that, 1/20th of a Bitcoin, 1/20th less 15% of that, whatever that is. So, but it is only for 1 year. I'm not selling any more lifetime subscriptions. It's for 1 year. You get the Equity app and you get all the support with the Equity app. You get to join the Equity app group. And then the renewals will not be as much. Well, right now, I think we have 0.0025 for every year. But hopefully we have to earn the renewal. Hopefully a year from now, we're going to be putting out more and more stuff, better and better stuff. It's a slow process, putting together a team. And then I really, I love doing this, but I also, I've got, I want to enjoy life a little bit. I have a family that I need to provide for, and, a lovely wife who I have to spend time with. And they require a lot of time and effort, and something that is very hard for us men to learn. But, women are not commanded to love us. We're commanded to love our wives, and they love naturally. And a woman is instructed to respect their husband, something that they don't do naturally. We both are commanded to do things that we don't do naturally. So it's the what you want is the ability to learn. And if you have the inability to learn, then that's where you probably have some hard lessons coming. Yeah, just go to the website and it's there. In other words, when you sign up, it should pop up as being the 0.5%. And then if you link in through an existing member, you'll get the other 15% off. So let me do my calculations here. It's going to be 0.05 times 0.085. So it's 0.00425. And then let's call it, what is the price right now? Let's call it 18,000 just to round it off. 18. So at 18,000 Bitcoin is $765. And again, what you're going to get with that is my track record from February 4th, 2019 to present. You get the equity app where you can load that on, and you can, or you can load. You can't do them both at the same time right now. You have to either load my history or load up your own history. But we do show my history constantly. Maybe that's the next thing we need to do is Victor's developing this app. I mean, we're putting new things on it all the time. The guys you need to understand, I'm just out there trading. Other people are looking at the work, and it's actual members that are building this equity app. It's actually the members that are focusing on trying to keep everything focused on the money management aspect. And we were focused on not addressing TA. And it's not because I'm opposed to TA. I use it, but it's that almost everybody that I know of that has problems trading, it's because they're focused, they have it completely in reverse, and they focus on the TA, and that should be the last thing you look at. And it should be have the least importance. And until you understand that, until you have money management part of your DNA, you may be successful for a time, but you're setting yourself up for disaster and ruin. And you have to get this part right to have that consistent success, to have that equity rise without the sharp downturns. Yep. Exactly. That's what I do. And I think that BITMEX, because it's a derivative market, it provides us all a way of getting short, selling these or trading the shit coins without owning them, because you can actually go long too. I just don't. I focus on being long Bitcoin, and then I'm looking to sell the shit coins against it, and I want to collect that the funding when I can. And but you can buy the shit coins too. I mean, there's very successful traders. I know Tizen is who I have a very deep respect for. He makes no bones about it. He has no he's not a dogmatic or what do you call that? He doesn't have an agenda of sound money, which I do. I think that having a sound money system is important for the survival of the economy, well-being of nations, well-being for yourself and for the communities around you. So I do, whether or not nations are on sound money, you need to put yourself on. So anything else I need to emphasize? We were looking at the dominance. I think there it is. I am looking for dominance to go up to, again, this is not the best measure of there's some better ways of looking at dominance than this. This is just the one I look at. I do look for dominance to go up to well over 95%, probably more like 99%. And there might be some intermittent challenges, but I think hopefully the lesson is being learned. And I think Bitcoin is going to teach us that lesson. And we shall see if that works out or not. But I do look for the Bitcoin dominance. I think it's just started. And if you go here to the monthlies, that's what I'm saying. I see that this is just, we were reversed, and now you've got to sell off, and now you're going to be going back up to beyond that red line. That's my view, but I could be absolutely wrong. All right, so I am done, guys. I'm going to be doing this again regularly. So
We're doing one what later this afternoon?
no, I'm not. I'm done for today. Maybe we'll do it Sunday night or Monday. But we need a little time off, so we'll do it Monday and Tuesday. We'll emphasize with the big push then. But these are videos people can watch, and yeah, again, this is all live. This is this is what you see is what you get. Okay, I'm not. That's it, and
No
I'm not.
magic beans.
No magic beans, and there's no. You know, I, I'm not bragging. Well, I just did all of this. I'm just like, there's my track record. Lay it out. There it is. You get the whole thing. We actually have an app where you can analyze it, and you can also load up your own. And you're going to see why I do what I do. And people have a real hard time thinking that thinking I have some kind of magic beans, that I have some kind of miracle TA. I don't. And neither do you. You don't have to have that. In fact, you're better off without it. If you and you don't need to be constantly in front of the market and trading and become a full-time trader. In fact, you probably focus on other things. Really get really good at what you're doing. I think one of the biggest problems, and I hope this is fair criticism, but there is kind of what I call a Bitcoin groupie group, and where we have a bunch of Bitcoin prima donnas, okay? And hopefully, I think a lot of them are starting to learn, hey, that's not really where it's at, that we got to get out there and just roll up our sleeves and get to work, do what we do really well. And it's great. I'm doing this because I'm a self-taught economist, and I understand trading and I understand sound money, but I'm very limited in my focus. I don't claim to know the back end of this stuff, guys. And you can see I'm not up to snuff where you guys. I mean, you guys. I got 3 youngsters back here that are, well, they're not youngsters. They're all either slightly under 30 or slightly over 30, and they all 3 live with mommy. So, it's a difference of generation. I'm trying to, I'm trying to teach these guys that they don't need to live with their moms anymore. Now, and hopefully they're getting it. So we need to break away from some of our old habits and always renew ourselves. When I was before I was ugly old goat, I was Big Bird in my prison days. I mean, why was I Big Bird? Well, because I'm big and I had blonde hair, and I was somewhat friendly and a little bit crazy, and so I was Big Bird. And then later on, when I got out, I became Bumblebee Braun, and I took down my prosecutor that way. That's another story in itself. We don't need to go there. And then now I'm ugly old goat, and this is, I think, I kind of hope it's the final chapter, but hopefully it's a long one and a thorough one. And that's where I'm going with this, guys. I'm here to teach what little bit I do know. I think I can help you out if you have eyes to see and ears to hear. And you know what? We can't make those. We kind of have to pray for those. You say, if you say, if you can't see and you can't hear, then you need to pray for those 2 things. Pray for the eyes to see and pray for the ears to hear. And, the Lord is merciful. He does hear your prayers. So you may not believe that, but you know what? It's not up to you to believe it. It's for him to have you believe it. And that's what grace is all about. And it's not what we do, but what's already been done for us. This is a temporary journey, guys. And what lies ahead is the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. So I'm out of here, and time to stop share. Where do I stop share? All right. And we hodl, save, build it. Sound money. Bye-bye.